What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Pnoid News. Man, listen, so on this channel, we oftentimes talk about how the American people are like extremely atomized, right? Western people as a whole. And we talk about today and we talk about the future and we talk about what it is that we want as people. And I think here soon we're going to have to really start actually having real conversations and making some actual decisions about what it is that we want to do and what it is we want for the future, for us, for our children, for everybody the hell around us. Because these people have really, really leaned the whole way into hedonism. And I'll be honest, I don't think this is positive. So I was doom scrolling my news feed today. There's a lot of like I probably like literally should probably stop like reading the news in the morning when I wake up, but it always kind of like motivates me to come in here and do some work. On YouTube's here recently because it's just the things that these people are doing is ridiculous. So check this one out. Eve the robot can cook, clean, and guard your home. Have you ever wished you had a helper who could do anything you asked, such as cleaning, cooking, shopping, tutoring, or even guarding your house? Well, now you can, thanks to 1X, the Norwegian company that created Eve, the humanoid robot that can perform a range of tasks. Hey, General, buddy, what are you people doing? I kind of want to know. Eve is an advanced humanoid robot that looks and moves like a human, but with some extra features. Eve is equipped with cameras and sensors to perceive and interact with its surroundings. Eve is 6 foot 2 inches tall, weighs 192 pounds, and can travel 9 miles per hour at its top speed. Has a 33-pound carry capacity and can run 6 hours on a single 1-hour charge. Its mobility, dexterity, and balance can allow it to navigate complex environments and manipulate objects effectively. Eve has wheels and gripper hands so it can assist humans in its various tasks such as cleaning and cooking. Eve is a smart and versatile android that uses a modified version of GPT-4, the same software that powers ChatGPT to handle a variety of tasks, whether you need a simple recipe, a recipe suggestion, a dishwashing assistant, or a cookie baker. Eve has got you covered. With OpenAI's backing, Eve is leading the way for a new generation of robots that can take care of our everyday chores in homes and warehouses. Eve can work independently using artificial intelligence and navigate and perform tasks. But what makes Eve truly amazing is the ability to see and create. Eve can scan your kitchen shelves and come up with delicious recipes based on the ingredients it finds. It uses GPT-4V software that can process visual inputs and generate creative recipes. And it doesn't stop there. Eve can also execute the recipes with its nimble hands and are powered by rope-like muscles. Eve is designed to help and excel in many different environments, such as 1. At home. Eve can assist you with personal and professional needs such as cleaning, cooking, and tutoring, using its human-like appearance and behavior to provide friendly and reliable service. 2. Factories. Eve can assist with production, assembly, quality control, and maintenance tasks in factories, using its strength, precision, and sensors to handle materials and machines. 3. Manufacturing. Eve can help with logistical tasks in manufacturing such as loading, unloading, sorting, and transporting goods using its wheel and gripper hands to move and organize items. 4. Buildings. Eve can navigate and keep a watch as buildings such as offices, hotels, malls, using its cameras, keypads to monitor and secure premises. Eve can also interact with visitors and employees using its natural language capabilities to greet and guide and assist them. Eve works alongside trade human operators who can control a fleet of up to 15 Eves, tap into their cameras, and control their movement to take action from a distance. Eve operates autonomously by default, but it can report back to the operator if it detects an issue or needs guidance. The operator can then assume shared autonomy, which means it can take over Eve's motor function when it's time for a human to take action or make important decisions. Well, folks, let's be honest here. We invented as human beings the washer, the dryer, dishwasher, refrigerators, grocery stores, logistics chains. And we would think that, things would get better for us as human beings. It got better in an idea of life expectancy. It got better in a way of being able to free you to go do more tasks for your corporate masters. But the cost of that socially was that you ended up having a wife you didn't need, children who were kind of useless, and a lack thereof of culture or any type of standards inside of your home. It destroyed all the things that held the basic fabric of our society together. And for those of you just joining my channel, I'm going to explain this to you. This is some very basic shit. Everybody's kind of like trying to reach for things like religion right now, or, some type of idea that'll help you, get through your day to day and live life long term. The truth is, what you're doing is you're missing a culture, right? Your culture is what you do every day. So if you live like on a plane, you're going to be like much more farming, more stoic. You're going to be much more reserved because you have to, be able to move animals around and have a lot of discipline to be able to do all this type of stuff. If you live on a coast, you're going to be kind of much more open for trade, and, you're going to be a little more cosmopolitan. You're going to, do more boating and fishing activities. If you live in the mountains, you're going to be kind of less trusting because you run into humans less often and life's a little harder. Right. But these are cultures that dictate how you live. Right. And then religions come in and they organize the things that, have to do with your culture, like harvest festivals, all this type of stuff, because all this existed before religion did. Right. And we are lacking severely a culture because our day to day, like normal parts of our lives have been severely atomized and extremely automated. Right. To where if you live, if you live anywhere in the Western world, you can pretty much stand here and live the same way you live in, say, LA as you do in New York, short of going outside and, getting food and the weather, things of this nature. But the truth is that the only thing that are culturally different is the clothes that you wear due to the fact that it's fucking cold in some places and warm in others. But even then in the summertime, they're going to kind of match. So they've robbed you of all the things that, were your birthright and your heritage and things of this nature. And they destroyed, you as a human being, right? And as a people and as a nation. And when I say nation, I don't mean a state like United States. I mean, a nation's where your people come from, right? A nation is a group of people who have a shared language, heritage, fucking food, art, all these type of things, dialect. Well, we don't really have nations anymore. What we have are states, and these states are, big ass governments full of bureaucrats that try to dictate your life to be able to force you to go into the economy. Because originally, the entire idea of the state, right, comes from the word state. It comes from the state of my economy. Something that a little piece of documentation in history that they forgot to teach you, right? But I'll tell you here because it's highly important, because it originally comes from Italian nobles, right? Inside of places like Florence and, Tuscany and all these places in, northern Italy, where a lot of this stuff was invented and the British stole, because that's what the British do. You're welcome, General. It's the state of my economy. And that's the only reason that you form a state, really, in the end of the day, is to be able to direct your economy in certain ways. And that's what your state's trying to do. And we need to have a conversation as people and decide whether it is that this is what we want. Do we want to leave our children nothing but hedonism and atomization and be extreme individuals? Or do we want our children to be able to have families and a culture and something that they have as a birthright? This is important, right? And this is why the idea of splitting off the people who have been just completely liberalized from everybody else. I was having a conversation the other day on Discord with a guy, and we were talking about transhumanism and augmentation of human beings. And I said, listen, man, I would never put a fucking chip in my brain and let my children have chips in their brain. And he said, why not? He said, if that chip in my brain allows me to be happy with the job that I do and the salary that I make, why wouldn't I just want to be happy? These people are not human. These people are not animals. These people are not human animals. They're not part of humanity. These people are fucking liberal automatons. And they need to go their own way. They cannot they cannot be brought back, short of forcibly putting them on fucking farms and forcing them just to be people. And forcing them to breed. And then forcing them to look at their children and go, hey, look, what's good for you is to be a farmer and enjoy your farming life. And even then, there'll never be anything more than bugs in the society. Yo, look, man, I'm Tom Pease with Pnoid News. Y'all know the deal? Like, share, and subscribe. I'm up out of here. Peace.